let me show you my next project. Ollie just said, Laurie, you're starting so many projects. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going with them. So this is my next one. Doing your makeup on camera is so much harder than it looks. I usually do my makeup with quite a close mirror. Good morning guys, how are you all? I'm starting my day a little bit earlier with you today. I always start by showering first thing. I think it must be about 8 o'clock. I don't actually have my phone with me in the morning because I find it just starts my day in a much better way and I can get on with things much quicker. I'm a bit of a weird person, as so many of you will know. I don't drink hot drinks. I don't drink ever tea or coffee. I'm such a child. I never got into it, and to be honest, I'm not overly healthy, but I quite like the idea of not starting it. So I start my day with a bright orange Barocca. I love these. I also take a few vitamins and things. So I've got my women's vitamin. I also take a Bio Sculptures complex. And then at the moment, because if you guys know, we weren't very well, probably, gosh, time's just not keeping good track of time at the moment. Probably about 2 weeks ago, I think it must have been. And a family member recommended this Metadone tonic to kind of like help you bounce back, because we were both feeling like very unusually, we weren't recovering from it, or we were better, but we were still absolutely exhausted, which, I mean, you guys watch our video, I'm pretty chipper and I can keep going for a long day, so it was quite unusual, and I'm still not feeling that well, so I'm taking that. But that's only just come, so I've only been taking it for a few days. I can't recommend if it's been good or not at the moment. And today I just showered and dried my hair really quickly, because I'm not sure yet, don't hold me to it, but I'm probably gonna trim my hair. I might do it today or maybe another day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it on camera or not though, because quite obviously I'm not a hairdresser and I don't know how it's gonna go. Plus I may get Ollie to help me out with it. I'm not sure he wants the pressure of the camera there. But it's been needing a cut for a while, and I actually had it booked in for my kind of like yearly. I don't get my hair cut very often. I get it cut probably about once a year, which isn't great. I probably should get it cut more, but I just don't feel like my hair needs it. I don't actually, my hair grows pretty quickly and it's in pretty good condition. So I go when I feel the need, and that's probably about once a year. And then I'm gonna do, you may have noticed that I'm barefaced, I'm gonna do my makeup with you guys. I get quite a few questions asking, I'm gonna spill this everywhere, asking about my makeup, so I thought I'd show you what I'm wearing at the moment. Yeah, I just spilled that, but thankfully on the coffee table. And then the plan for today, I'm probably going to be making a little bit of a mess. I'm going to start another project. I've not finished any projects yet, but I am starting them left, right and centre. Hopefully I'll actually be able to get on with this one, but it's one that bugs me. It's just a small thing, and I'll show you. And I also want to have a chat to you guys about another room, which I don't know whether to get you guys involved in. But let's start our day with a little bit of makeup. It's beautiful blue skies outside, so I might try and get out for my walk soon. Makeup time. Now you guys know, actually, I quite often don't put on makeup, especially when I'm having a pretty good time. At the moment, my skin is in need, I think because I haven't been very well and I have been quite stressed. I broke out again, kind of like down by my chin. And it's also just a little bit dry, I think, from staying inside so much. And on the paler side, I have not been keeping up my fake tan. I do feel like when I fake tan, I use drops on my face. It makes me feel so much more alive. So at the moment, I'm using my Elizabeth Arden 8-hour intensive daily moisturizer. This is one that I've loved for years. It's like really moisturizing, but not too much, because I naturally have quite oily skin. Normally, at the moment, it's just a little bit dry. And I find it easy to put makeup on top of, and just, it's not too much, it's not too oily. Then pretty much my all-time ultimate foundation, which I'll be wearing most of the time, is the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation. I have this one in, Warm Sand. And this was actually the first foundation. Bless my mum, she took me into Bobbi Brown when I was younger. You know, maybe, I have no idea what age that was. But she bought me my first little set of makeup, and I remember her being like, it's really important what foundation you put on your skin. And this was the one, and I've loved it ever since. I have gone in and out. I'm not overly loyal to makeup, but foundation I am much more so, and I always have this. Like if it runs out, I will always reorder. For me personally, I find it extremely natural, but it still gives me that just a little bit of a glow. That is when I rub it in and do it properly. You guys probably see quite a lot of the time, especially when we're doing DIY, I just slap my makeup on because I must admit I am just a little bit lazy with it. Foundation done. As you can see, still pretty light on the face, and I'm gonna admit pretty much all of my base is Bobbi Brown. So I also have the Bobbi Brown concealer, and this one's the Instant Full Coverage Concealer, and I have it in shade Sand. So this one looks like it's a little bit cooler. And I pop this under my eyes quite a bit because, well, let's face it, Laura's tired nowadays. And then for any blemishes, I always pop it on my finger because I think that is better for hygiene, but I'm not really sure, to be honest, because it's still touching my finger. And I attempt to put very little of that on, so even if I do have some like smaller blemishes over here, I kind of just leave it. To be honest, right now I'm inside, so it's like I'm doing this for me rather than anybody else. And I work from home, so I always do my makeup pretty much for me. Hands are washed and still on Bobbi Brown. Sorry, we will get away from them at the moment, but I love their bases. I think their colouring is really amazing, or I have found it really amazing. So I'm using their bronzing powder in medium, which just gives me, as it says, a little bit of colour. Another brand, but I actually stay with the same brush. I find that I just like to keep, I have 3 brushes that I use, and it means that I wash them way more regularly than I was when I was using loads of different brushes. So this is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I don't always use this actually, I don't feel the need to, but some days, and I must admit my skin's a bit dry today, so probably only use a really little bit of this. Forgot my blusher, which is the next step, so let me go and get that in a second. Got it. So I go for a liquid blush. I think this one is called Rose by Daniel Sandler. I've had it a few times, and it's really pretty actually because it gives just a little bit of a glow at the same time. So I don't use any highlight or anything like that because it's a bit of a faff. To be honest, I am very much a no makeup kind of look, especially just on days at home. I do sometimes do my makeup better than this, especially for like sit down videos, but today is going to be a little bit DIY-y, so there's not really any point. You really don't need a lot of that, but it lasts for a long time. And then I go in with my brows. If I'm honest, this isn't my favorite, but I have it, so I'm going to be using it up. It's the Blink Brow Bar, what is this? It's their brow styling gel, but I find it just a little bit too liquidy. I had one from, I think it was HD Brows. Was it HD Brows that I had it from? I'm pretty sure it was. And it was, it still like glided through my brows, but this one, I feel like that's a little bit everywhere. Actually, it wasn't that bad this morning. Maybe it's got to a point where it's getting like a little bit gloopier, but in a good way. And then the pencil is really good. I think I have this one in Chai. Where does it say? Yeah, Chai, and it's their Ultra Slim Brow Definer. Chai is like my perfect color because if you're just wanting a really easy makeup look, kind of like a no makeup look, you don't have to really be precious with it. I just kind of like literally chuck it in where I feel like I need it. There we go, just to tiny it. My lips are dry this morning actually. Should have put something on them. And then I go to eyeshadow, which I pick pretty much day to day. Urban Heats is like same old. If you've ever seen my makeup, then it doesn't really change. As far as this like basic makeup, I do have other things that I do, but this is like my go-to things that I will, every single one of these items, apart from this one perhaps, I'd reorder. This one is so pretty, and I always just pick, well, you can see I pick this one quite often. I always kind of go for perhaps one of these and then a little bit more of a pink. Eyeliner, oh, I don't even know which one this one is because it's so small, I'm afraid, but it's from Charlotte Tilbury, and I will link it below. And I just put this on the top of my eye really loosely, almost like a bit of a smoky eye. Sometimes I do smoke it out, but I find that just popping on a little bit of this is pretty easy. Doing your makeup on camera is so much harder than it looks. I usually do my makeup with quite a close mirror, so who knows what it's going to look like close up today. I'm currently using a Benefits mascara. I've gone back and forth on this one for years. I really struggle, so I've been trying to find for a while a mascara that doesn't leave product to the top of my eye, and I've tried quite a few which say that they don't. For example, the Clinique one, which I think I mentioned in a video, and it still did. So I don't know whether I'm going to have to look into a technique of like setting my mascara, but to be honest, I like to put as like little on my face as possible. So I don't really like the idea. I've never been the type of person to set my makeup at the end. It doesn't make my face feel good. So you may see this one smudge on my eyes later. And then last but not least, lips, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk pencil liner. Always, this is like my 5th one, I think. And the YSL like lip shine. And there you go, nothing kind of revolutionary, but I love it. It keeps my skin pretty good because I'm actually quite acne prone, but I barely ever break out with this makeup. Everybody's different though, it's so hard. And I feel like right now is quite a weird time. Are you guys doing your makeup right now? Oh, it's really bright here. Or are you just going makeup free? Yogurt, banana, and chia seeds. I always have my breakfast while at my desk. This is like my temporary desk at the moment. I'm in what was our kind of lodger's room, just set up in here very recently as the warmest room, and I'm editing a video. So yesterday I actually got this video, I think from about 4 hours down to 50 minutes. This is what takes up a lot of my time during the week. I'm not overly au fait with video editing. I edit it on Premiere Pro. I do my best. And just look, this is what our kitchen used to look like. Really taking it back down memory lane with all of the yellow and dirt and my long hair. Do I have chia seeds in my teeth? Sorry if I do. The other project. So I've just been sat down doing a little sketch. This is what I do for every room. It's not really a room. Let me show you my next project. Ollie just said, Laurie, you're starting so many projects. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going with them. So this is my next one, the understairs cupboard. It's kind of terrible and I'm a bit embarrassed to show you this, but let's have a look inside. So as well as our laundry nook, which I still love and use by the way, we have this space under the stairs with a lovely door on it. I love this door. We did renovate all of this. If you're new, put new handles on it, but left the inside. And we weren't going to put anything in here, but of course we ended up dumping loads of random, well, not that many random bits in here. It does need a little bit of work. So looking at the actual space, it's got like quite a high peak to it. The first thing that you'll notice is the light, which is something that we're wanting to change. I'd like to take off this and I'm going to move it further up because actually this is really low, like it's super easy for us both to reach here. That'll mean that it just kind of neatens off this space and gets rid of a lot of the wiring, and then hopefully it won't blow out. But I'm going to change the light fixture. I actually thankfully have one. I'll show you it in a bit, and I'd like to move it much more to the back of the corner of the room there, where you see all of those lovely cobwebs. And it will be much more of a feature light. And then this wall here, I'm just going to try and neaten up and paint. The back wall, for long-term subscribers, you will know that there was shelving at the back there, which is why there's loads of these holes, which I did take out when we moved in. I had like a little cleanup of this cupboard. That wall, I'm thinking of doing something, I don't know, maybe some kind of woodwork over it to neaten it, because as you initially open the door, that's kind of the first thing that you see. And a bit like this thing here, I think it's really nice when you have a bit of a styled area, even in a cupboard, especially because you're using it every day. I want this to be pretty. I want us to be able to look in here when we grab our coat or our shoes, and to be able to visually see quite a nice space. And so here is my super childish sketch that I did. I always do it whilst standing next to the room, and I always write down the things that I absolutely need and want. So I still want to keep coats in there, shoes, which we don't actually store in there at all, umbrellas, my picnic box, shopping bags, and perhaps paints. So this is where the door will be, and I want to put 2 shelves for shoes, hooks, as I said, the new light, and then I want to put some big baskets down here that can take like picnic blankets or just be like a catch-all for umbrellas or any other bits like that.
I want to hopefully keep everything off the floor. I don't want to put anything on the floor over here. And then I want to kind of box it in because this space is just a little bit useless for us. And then put some deep shelving in the back here. So for bits like paints, just other storage, and hopefully I'm hoping my picnic basket will go up there too. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of a vision. I think everything for this project I'm gonna try and do with stuff that we already have. Obviously it's an understairs cupboard. This is again something that will probably change one day. We'll definitely always keep this. I don't want to do any pullouts because I think the original Victorian staircase is so beautiful. But this section here, I think we'll knock down, and I want to hopefully knock this through, and I'd love to do a wall of wardrobes as you come through here before you get to the extension. I don't know how that's going to work, but probably these spaces won't be the same thing. So we will no longer store coats in there because they'll be over here. But for now, we need the space. And I'm hoping that this will mean that we will stop wearing shoes throughout the house and we'll come and leave them in here. Here is the light. We actually got this one quite a while back. I think maybe even before Christmas. So this was supposed to go in our upstairs bedroom that we're doing, the 2 wall lights either side of the bed. We ordered it off of Amazon. It said that it was antique brass, but obviously, as you can kind of see, it turned up and it was a really shiny gold. I really loved the light, as in like the style and everything, but it didn't match with all of our fixtures and fittings, and it was just a little bit too shiny for our style. So cutting a long story short, this one actually came, I will link it below if you're interested in it, but it came from China. It took quite a long time to come, which we didn't realize because I think sometimes when you order things on Amazon, you just like kind of click through. It was free delivery, so we didn't even expect it to be coming from abroad. And we did order 2, only 1 turned up. Anyway, cutting a long story short, they were like, can you just keep it and we'll give it to you at a really reduced price. So we were like, well, hopefully we can find somewhere where we can put it in this house. I reckon it'll be super cute for the understairs cupboard. It's quite nice because this head kind of moves around a lot. So let's have a look at it in there. Perfect, I think that will work well, in which case I'm gonna have a little look and see if we've got any of our gold hooks, because I was gonna do black in here. I probably could still do black actually, looking at it with that for the hooks.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time,
There's some things in life which you just never planned to video, but here I am in my understairs cupboard. I've changed into a renovation jumper so that I didn't get that cardigan dirty with scraper to start scraping off the floor. So they originally had carpet in here. I can't remember, I'm pretty sure we must have ripped it out. And there's still like debris left on the floor, as you can see here. So I need to take all of that up, and then my plan is to give this room a really good clean, and then I can start getting on with some of the DIY jobs. I think I'll start by screwing in all of the screws and doing the polyfill, because then I'll have to wait for that to dry.
There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you? Wanna see you smile. Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire?
That's all off now. Might need to neaten it a little bit more in the corner. And now I'm just gonna screw this one back on. Just quickly popping these out so that I can get the wires out the way.
You forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade.
I'm realizing this is quite an awkward project to film. I've taken off a lot of the wiring here, it's just kind of flowing about, and now I'm going to start polyfilling most of the much deeper gaps. So all of these over here, this will probably take at least overnight. So I'm not sure how much more I'll be able to do today, but I'm hoping to get quite a lot of filling done today, so that maybe tomorrow I can start some painting.
If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good
The plasterboard is now in, just need to patch up some of the little holes on the wall there and then start building out some shelves.
Yay! I'm on meatballs.
Meatballs.
Did anybody spy the new bunny I got for Easter? Need to name him. What should we name him, guys? I feel like it's a him.
I had really hoped to put quite a bit more of our understairs cupboard renovation in this video. I was planning on working on it all day today, but I've had the wheel of doom on my Premiere Pro, which is what I edit my videos on, for so long. So it's been a bit of an IT day, which is a bit of a pain, but these things happen all the time. Just got to get by, and hopefully you guys won't mind it too much. But I thought I'd show you where we are now, which is basically where I left you off yesterday because nothing new has happened.
But you can probably see we did end up polyfilling quite a bit more in there. So this is just like the initial polyfill, and then I'm actually going to do like a plaster job to try and get rid of all of the rest of the bumps on the wall. Although it's never going to be smooth in here, it's going to still be rustic.
But I have a bit of an addiction at the moment with starting new projects. I don't know what it is, but this time at home is probably, and I guess it might be for a lot of people, maybe you are feeling it too, but you're really analysing and looking at your home, the way that you use it, and obviously this understairs cupboard would be so useful day to day. Plus the fact that, as so many of you will know, we had a lodger in the back here. So we were quite careful not to like do things or make things too messy. And it's a great chance for us right now to get some of these jobs done. So I'm just trying to look at the positive side and be like, all of this is gonna work out and be a really great chance for us to get loads done around the house. But I'd actually really love to know if you guys are doing bits around the house in this time, whether you're still working. I know so many of you messaged me on Instagram, a lot of you are nurses and essential workers, so your day-to-day life hasn't changed that much. I feel like my day-to-day life actually hasn't changed that much at the moment. If not, it's become a little bit busier because I'm trying to do 2 videos a week. And yeah, I'd love to know a little bit more about you guys. But I really hope that you are all well and keeping safe and keeping sane at this time. And I will see you all next week for another video.